Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously merchandising, theme parks, I don't know, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, we'll be talking about it. I mean, I guess in this case it's not too specific, but it is related to Disney in some kind of fashion, as vague as that sounds. And yes, this is actually something from the Jehovah's Witness website. I just decided to pay that a visit. I've been meaning to anyway because that's a way to criticize this organization, which I honestly do believe it's a cult. You can't change my mind. Also, this is because of the fact I want to criticize them more directly, other than just taking jabs at them here and there in previous videos. Yes, I talked about them before, but it was only like barely at that, like here and there. Anyway, they just want to talk about the Disney Corporation as a whole. And whoever wrote this article, I'm not sure who did, but it's still full of shit though. But point being is that this is just again in general speaking how this individual was experienced Disney when they were young and when they were a lot younger. And yes, this has something to do with the Magic Kingdom. But which I'm talking about, this is of course the thing is that the Jehovah's Witnesses do believe that they will live in a kingdom with Jehovah, which is partly why they want to recruit a bunch of people through their cult, and they believe that they're the only way. And since Disney is known for having kingdom, yes, they actually believe that this right here, Disney is using the theme parks to take people away from Jehovah. So, if anything, this is their way of trying to take jabs at Disney.
It's almost like an elephant's big.
Oh, for God's sake! That's a bullcrap!
So apparently Disney has made a lot of money and spent a lot of money for this kingdom as a way to take jabs at Jehovah. Are you kidding me? But basically, the person is just stating the obvious. They made a lot of money. They made all this animated stuff, and a lot of people got exposed. And then the whole thing with Mickey Mouse, and then the whole thing with Snow White and Seven Dwarfs and whatnot. Okay, this basically gave a basic rundown of this, how they started, of course. Well, vaguely anyway. But is this true happiness? Is this real happiness, according to this person? This is gaslighting, of course, because apparently one like you could go to the theme parks, which a lot of people have done, but then once you leave it, this happiness just fades. Oh, you can watch one of the movies or a TV show, but once you turn off the tube, like the TV, or if you're assuming you're watching from the computer, all that happiness goes away once you turn it off. Like, what are you talking about? So, in other words, this is not true happiness. And we all know the catchphrase where Disneyland is the happiest place on earth. And this person uses these Bible verses because this person is taking as if that phrase is a challenge to their belief system. Of course, if the movie was about a pregnant woman, like a pregnant princess or whatever, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind it though. So, okay, whatever. Anyway, they of course also talking about magic. Yeah, of course, like always, they have an issue with magic being displayed in here. And yes, it's also mentioned that they make a lot of money and make a lot of money off the profit from the movies and whatnot. And somehow that's a bad thing. This entire thing is just gaslighting. This entire is just nothing but gaslighting. True happiness is still available. True happiness will last forever. But in order to do that, you have to be with Jehovah, which again makes no sense. And I bring the whole woman thing up again because they really want women to be submissive, of course. And the premise views women and nothing more than baby factors, like a lot of these religious people do. Yes, Jehovah's Witness religion really want women to be really submissive. And yes, they really want women to be nothing more than just the traditional housewife kind of thing. If a woman wants kids, that in itself is not the issue, don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't be forced to it. But the religion treats women like class citizens. So that just seems ridiculous and whatnot. So, okay, the Jehovah's Witness religion actually believe women are dumber than the male counterparts. So, yes, that's a thing within this religion, if you can call it that, because they act like men are supposed to be so much better than women, because that's the way to reach God apparently through a man. There's a male pastor, there's male ministries, there's a male president. You get the gist, here, folks, of course. So of course, a woman should just provide the babies to ensure the future for the religion, and that's it. And they don't want anybody to give them any kind of ideas to say otherwise. So at the end of the day, they just want women to be submissive. You can actually go to their website and it says it right there how a woman's role should be in society, how a woman's role should be treated for the family structure and all that jazz. You can look up on their website if you want to yourself. This is one of their scriptures, of course, from the Bible, at least their version of the Bible. Should, of course, be submissive to the man, and because it's God's way to do this kind of thing. The leadership of the divine origin, of course, referring to Adam and Eve and all that. And yes, they have their own version of Adam and Eve, of course. Adam was made first, and then it was the woman. It is not good for the man to continue by himself. So, of course, he's going to be, when I say he, I mean Jehovah is going to help to create somewhat a helper, a companionship, so to speak. So, following Eve's creation, Adam would be so delighted at having a companionship, of course, a helper at the end of the day. So, the last bone of his bone, so to speak, his flesh of his flesh, so to speak. Again, that's in the Bible. That's what they believe in, of course. It's something they want push forward, of course, for this paradise for the human race of the race of perfect people and whatnot. I mean, it kind of comes to the question: do you think that's incest in that case? If there was a okay, that's like a whole other story, but that's basically what this is. Have this kind of company to be nothing more than baby factories, of course. Anyway, and we all know that Disney makes a lot of money off the princess movies. Yes, these princess movies are, of course, to meet the female leads. They have their own adventures. No, for the most part, they don't get married. Well, there's some occasions they do, but some cases they don't. Just it depends which movie, of course. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So this, of course, does not go in alignment with what they believe in. This contradicts what they believe in, of course. And none of these princess characters have a bunch of babies. Okay, maybe Ariel's like the only exception here, I guess, because Ariel did have one child, but for the most part, they don't have like a truck ton of babies, and that would piss them off, of course. Anyway, that'll be it, folks. I mean, there's a bunch of other examples of this I could be talking about, but I could always use it for later. But anyway, until next time, as always, thanks for watching. See ya. This is so dumb. It's really dumb.